Welcome to Leo for Leos. This is a channel featuring intuitive tarot readings for the astrological sign of Leos, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm a Leo as well, so this reading is going to be for both of us. Cross watchers and fellow readers are welcome. However, I do want to give you a heads up that I read the cards as I see them and not always the way that it's traditionally done. So let's get into it. The deck that I always love using is the Smith Waite tarot deck, the Centennial Edition. This is, excuse my hands here in this, but this is actually like a mini deck, and I love using these because it is very it just feels nice in my hands, and I enjoy them quite a bit. So this is my favorite deck to use. So I'm doing things a little bit differently. The sound is probably the thing that's the most different about the reading today, that's not like the other ones, because I'm trying out I'm trying out something new. I had one of the subscribers ask for readings to be done where I actually shuffle the cards in front of the camera, because they needed to resonate with it that way, and I get that. I also get the authenticity. They wanted to see more authenticity and see that I was actually pulling the cards for the moment, which is fine. By me, I just want to be, I definitely want to do things where you guys can enjoy the readings, and there will be some editing done, but it's going to be sparingly, and definitely, I love editing, so I'll probably edit stuff in here. I'm going to be doing things this way from now on. Also, I may change things up, again, but it depends on what you guys like, and it also depends on what makes sense. It's a little bit more expensive for me to do things this way, a little bit more time consuming for me to do it this way. And you would think that would mean that I would be doing less videos because of it, but actually, I actually got a request to do more videos. Someone was saying that I should do them daily, which I cannot do. My schedule just does not permit me to do them daily. But what I've decided to do was offer a mid-month, because the mid-month seems to be something that I see a lot online. A lot of people are doing a mid-month reading, and they're very helpful. So I'm just trying to help here. I'm just trying to help. Ultimately, I'm trying to help. So let's get into the reading. All right, we're ready. Here. I'm not going to leave the entire shuffle in. I'm going to edit out some of this shuffle because it's ridiculously long. If you guys want to watch like 15 minutes of shuffling, I'm not an ASMR channel. We'll do a session of just shuffling, just for the people who love it. But honestly, this is not what I'm all about. It's not a shuffling channel. This is about, also about that whole thing about needing to see the shuffle and all that stuff. I really appreciate that. I definitely wanted to incorporate that into the readings. I feel like it's going to enhance the connectivity, of course. But I also hope that you guys are listening to the message. The messages that I'm sending out are messages that are, I feel, divinely given to me, and I'm trying to put it out there so you guys can have really good solutions for your your month, things that are going to really help you. I'm getting messages that are quite powerful, and I hope people are paying attention to the message and not the not the aesthetics of everything. Okay. With that said, let's get into this. We're there. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. Leo Collective. Leo Collective. November 15th to the 30th. November 15th to the 30th. November 15th to the 30th. Oh. I know people get worried about the ones that flip over. Oh no, read that too. We're gonna get that one. It's gonna come out. It is gonna show up. They always do. So don't worry. I'm training the cards to tell me. Don't worry. They are gonna come out. Okay. The cards want to talk, so let's let them talk. Okay. November 15th. Oh. Leos. You guys. Oh boy. When I did my reading, it looked a lot like this. When I did my reading for the month, it looked a lot like this. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, this is for my Leo Collective for the rest of the yeah. Ooh. So good. Ooh, so good. Okay. Let's see. What's the deal? So you guys might hear me shuffling off camera, and that's just to, keep the cards fresh as I am going through all this. I'm going to get clarifiers. All right. Okay, so far this card is the only conflict in the whole thing. There's only one conflict in the whole set, okay, which is great. This is so good. I almost don't want to do any more pulling, but we want to find out about this. And these cards up and down are adjacent to each other, so these are in relation to each other. Okay, so this is our spread here. We have the entire spread. Everything's really good. I readjusted a few things. My battery died, so I had to come back. And we're gonna get this is like really looking good. Okay, so let me get some clarification for a few things. So the first thing is Leos this month. You guys are really gonna want to you're trying to really create a wonderful foundation for the future. There's a lot of work to be done, but this is a great affirmation that the foundation is there. You're rebuilding that tower that broke down for you many months back, maybe this month. But the tower was broken, but now you're rebuilding a wonderful foundation. And it's pretty solid, but you still have a lot more work to do in order to fill out your new tower of success and growth and happiness. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. All you have to do is put in the work to fill in the empty spots here. Do all of the meat and potatoes work that's needed to make this successful. You're going to need to apply all of your strength in this matter, taming the animal within, taming the anger, and controlling your emotions, really being the master of it. And that takes a lot of strength. This path that you're going on is leading up to the end of a cycle, an emotional roller coaster, if you will, that will really impact your life in such a good way. You've been through a lot, and you're on the right track, so you can take, you can have this emotional fulfillment, this ultimate happiness, which will be the end of a cycle of struggle for you. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune really speaks here of the timing being correct for you. It's really focusing on the things you love and the passion that you have for your life. And you may be in a position right now of unease, okay? You may be in a position where you feel like you are trying to come up with ideas. You may be trying to come up with solutions that will help you. And you will find those solutions. Those solutions will come. Your emotional state here is a little bit on the wavy, it's very unstable, right? You will have to tame your emotions this month, and you can do so by doing having different methods to help you keep this internal storm grounded, keeping it, in the place where you're able to control. There's nothing worse than like blowing up at someone and then realizing a few minutes later, wow, I shouldn't have done that. And this emotional storm here has really got me worried that Leos may do something out of anger, maybe that could really and it's because we're really busy and we're really pushing ourselves to the limit here, that it will be easy for emotional stuff to get to us. There's an excitement about rushing into things. It could be some frustration about not moving fast enough, not getting there quick enough. Could be kind of testy. There's also insecurity here. You may be feeling like really down on yourself, counting your doom instead of counting your blessings, okay? So reverse that. Start counting your blessings. Whenever you feel like, oh, why did this have to happen to me? I don't know if I have the talent for this, or I don't know if we're gonna make the numbers in time. Don't focus on that. That's the energy that works against you. It's our shadow energy, of course. Everyone has a little bit of it inside of us, but that is, the key here is making sure you have your gratitude mantras ready, that you have like your tools to battle this kind of energy whenever it pops up. Be very aware of when that pops up. We have a lot of excitement and calls and lots of people reaching out to you, activity, possibly opportunities coming your way. Your public image is the thing that's really going to be, it is really going to improve from this whole experience. It's whether it's online or whether it's amongst your friends, people look up to you and really think great thoughts about you because of what you're doing, and that you're doing this in the magic of your own love. You're doing this because you love it. You're doing the things because you love doing them, and that's giving you a lot of visibility in front of people. Okay, let's move on to the Four of Pentacles. Money is not tight, but you are tight with your money. You're frugal. You're careful about what you're spending your money on. You're making money. You're putting your money into investments, so that way you can create more money. You have savings. You're putting your money into savings. You're like getting that little piggy bank all stored up with lots and lots of coins, and you're not this isn't a time that you are going shopping ridiculously. So the very responsible Leos are paying attention to they're paying attention to the coin. They're not going out and wasting money. They're actually saving and building up a little nest egg. Now, this also is a warning that you should be saving up your money. Okay, because we have all this good stuff that you're working on here. This is the time to very much be holding on to that cash. And we're going to have a chance to spend some of that money, but now is not the time. There's also a desire to learn and to explore new places, to learn about your craft, to get more expertise in something. All right, so then we have the Three of Coin, which is a Three of Pentacle, which is basically about being an artist and being not an artist, but being an expert in the field, being the person that everyone goes to for answers when they're looking to do things. Like, tell me how to do this. You're the expert in this area. Can you tell me how to do X, Y, and Z? You're pretty much strategizing your future. And I love this because this is so future oriented. You've got a plan here that you're working, okay? And if you don't have a plan here, Leo, start, because whatever you decide, it looks like it's going to be something that you can work with, that you can massage into a successful thing here. You're a manifester. You enjoy manifesting things, and you're good at it. Leos are really good at manifesting. I've seen it firsthand with myself. I've seen it firsthand with a lot of other Leos, how easily they manifest the things that they want when they put their mind to it and they realize that that's who they are, that they are master manifestors. And it's very powerful to have that energy with you. Like, hey, today may not be the best day, but I'm going to manifest a better one, a better day tomorrow. It's incredible. You want more of this kind of like romantic, soft energy to come to you, this sort of romantic idea. But there could be an offer. There could be an actual offer to you. And it's a surprise, too. It's a surprise offer. So beware of this offer. It's not as sunshiny as you think. It could be you refusing the offer, to be honest, because it doesn't look so appetizing. Now we have the Judgment, okay, which is a renewal and a rebirth, a happy time. This is actually a good thing. You feel renewed from this experience, and we're like really like, okay, so now that we're rebirth, let's do everything. Let's go and have fun. Let's go travel. I want to travel and I want to go places. There's a sense of like wanting to do it all. It's a wish and a dream that you're starting to like go into, dig right deep into the magician quality that you have, and you're going for that wish that you made upon a star. There's some celebrating going on, some kind of happy thing, but you know what, which is really interesting, but then sadness, thinking about the past, Okay? And this is the past, present, future, and thinking about how things didn't work out in the past. Also, whatever field that you feel there's a lot of competition and your self-esteem may be challenged at this point. This like cracks me up because it's almost like you know, your mind is like it's all out of the things that are challenges for us is happening in the mental state. And it's not like actually, you know, there are things that actually happen in the real world, but if you can manage your mental state, you probably can manage how your world affects you. And that's the key element here. Then we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, exploring the world, but and learning, but also it's talking about an announcement of some sort, some a huge announcement that may be coming in. So you're going to be getting good news. You're going, maybe it's about your business, maybe it's get like a check comes in or something. Something good is going to happen for you, or a bonus, maybe even notes of a bonus or something. Some good news is coming in. Could be two people, two guys, possibly. It could be news from two people who are trying to work with you. Yep, this sounds right. So it could be two people that may be wanting to work with you. Male energy, doesn't have to be men, but they're one is a very creative person, but is also a great businessman, and one who is like all about the numbers, and whatever he touches grows. Then from whatever the news is, the outcome is so mysterious. Maybe there's a secret, maybe there's something you don't know, and you're waiting for your ships to come in. You're trying to figure out how this is going to work for you, because you've put in a lot of work and you're waiting for your payday, essentially. The waters are really calm. We've talked about keeping your emotions under control. I believe a lot of you Leos are listening to me about that. And just keeping things calm, you know, like everybody else can go crazy, but Leo's got to be the master of the nest. Then we have the Three of Wands here, which is assessment. You're making all the assessments, deciding what deals you're going to take, deciding which ones you're not going to take. You are wanting to do something, whatever you decide, you definitely want to step into something new. And why do you want to step into something new? Because you're not really happy with the way things are. I feel like this, like there could be negotiations going on, okay? Like actual negotiations going on with Leos, where you're like, no, that's not going to work for me. That's not going to work for me. Look, if you're dealing in negotiations, read the fine print. Get a lawyer to see this thing, right? When we were dealing with the legal stuff, with the money, watch your money and get that. Make sure it's all legal, and that we get like a lawyer up in there to look at any contracts that you need to sign. If you have to sign any contracts, you go into deals with people, just ask some advice from some people. You know, try to see if you can get a professional to talk to you. Okay? Try to get a professional to talk to you so you can figure this out, and not just fall for the first offer you get on the plate that sounds very romantic. And yes, victory after a while. So don't take the first offer that comes your way. Definitely look at everything. Voice your opinions. Remember that place where you're like, okay, here's what's important to me and here's why. Definitely write that down and reaffirm that. Make sure that whenever you're doing your negotiations that that's included, so that way you're not like bombarded and overwhelmed with a lot of stuff you don't want to deal with. Okay, so victory. We're not finished with the story though. So this is a victory at all costs. So victory at all costs always makes me go, oh, maybe we don't need a victory at all costs, right? So be careful of any victories that, or winning small arguments, but losing the war, you know, or losing a friendship over something so minor and so silly because of being too stubborn to see what's in front of you. This is going to be the end of having to deal with this burden too. How does this all work? How does this all make sense? Okay, so, okay, oh, okay, got it. So, we're having this inner thing where we're like, okay, so we're going to have to reflect inwardly, basically breaking the cycle. It's the end of the cycle. Dipping and diving deeper into creative aspects of your life, finding out where you really soar, where do your wings really expand and fly, right? Really dip into the things that you love and ignore and maybe even step away from the things you don't like, but concentrate on the things you love and the people you love too. Spend time with the people you love to be with. Okay, so I'm really getting this really strong feeling that November, at least the last part of November, is really this sort of revisiting of your emotional control and becoming the master of it, to the point that it actually gives you emotional happiness to kind of, even if you reframed some of the things that is going on in your life, like a bad time, and just realizing that that time was, or reframing it to your liking. Okay, some people, they're like, no, that was a bad time and I'm not gonna ever forget it, but you're holding on to it even further, holding on to things you don't need to hold on to. So that is going to be sort of the breakthrough for a lot of Leos in November. Do you choose to be happy? Do you want to choose to be happy? Because being unhappy and choosing to be unhappy can lead to some pretty bad things. I mean, it actually affects your health. Having your mental state be in a negative place for too long can be deadly to your health. Just focus your energy on trying to be happy. Emotional happiness is on its way. It's so close. It's so close for many Leos. Many Leos won't do this though. Some people will do it on their own, but that's something that's, you know, this could be in store for a lot of Leos. Emotional happiness. I really would love for that to happen to me, to be honest. And it's really hard. It's really tough to not let the little things get on your last nerve, or to be easily triggered by people. But this is talking about overcoming that, and I love it. All right, so the King of Cups. Again, we're dealing with emotions, emotionally stable person who is dealing with a lot of emotions, right? There are a lot of emotions: neglect, anger, fear, pain, suffering. But King of Cups looks like he's not affected. And not that I'm saying that you should look like you're not affected, but he's dealing with them in his own way, okay? Really, that strive that a lot of Leos have to be independent, be their own person, be their own boss. You can't tell us what to do. We know what we're doing, right? That self-assured individual. And that could be what tethers us to what we what we think. That's something that holds you a prisoner, and you don't have to be a prisoner of this thing anymore. Okay? And this is all think. This is all this is psychological manipulation. Either you're doing it to yourself unconsciously, or either like you think that you have to be in this spot, or you think you have to work at a certain place, or you think that you have to buy a certain thing in order to have success. And it's not true at all. It's all derived from perception, perhaps, or even something that may have been told to you when you were a small child. When you were young, you were told this thing, and it as you grew up and got older and more independent, it stuck with you. Okay? You have a lot of choices ahead of you. Intuition is going to help you out a lot here. Intuition. You don't know the outcome, but you have to go with your heart. You can literally count the many times that you've given up things just to hold the stance. And by going away and getting rid of this mindset, you don't know where that's going to lead. You have no idea where that's going to lead. It's very, very confusing to you. You were committed to it. It was a strong commitment to this idea. It's a limiting belief. Like my grandmother told me that I wasn't tall enough to make the MBA, so I never went for it. Or because I'm a girl, I can't be in the MBA, right? I mean, or because like a thought process that has been keeping you chained to what you don't want, right? You've been up nights, sleepless nights about this issue, like trying to figure it out. It's been giving you anxiety, a lot of stress. Sorry about the noise outside. It's been giving you a lot of stress, a lot of noise, a lot of internal noise, and you're fit to be tired of this. Again, you're leaving that mental thought and going. This is an affirmation that wherever it is that you're going to be going is going to be better. And you've got to get serious about this. You've got to get serious about trying to get rid of limiting beliefs. Just call them out if you know of them. Just call out those limiting beliefs and just like, okay, this belief that I have that I can't ever speak in front of people. Just make a list of all the things you can't do or you think you can't do, and those are all your limiting beliefs. So if you're not sure what a limiting belief is, it's everything you think you can't do. So just list down everything you think that you can't do. Okay? And then get that list and just remove all the can'ts and put can. Just remove the T from can't, okay, and the apostrophe T. Just remove the, and I can, whatever it is, okay? Like, maybe a limiting belief would be like, I can't do my own taxes because I'm going to mess it up. So the new belief is, I can do my taxes because I'm going to do them properly. Everything that you think that is negative about yourself, turn it around to a positive and start acting in that regard. Like, I'm good with my taxes. Then go online and see if there's a class that is a taxes 101 and watch like 50 videos on the thing, and by the end at least you'll have a proactive attitude about doing your taxes. That's just something that you can learn. It's not something that some people are like, well, I'm just bad with numbers. No, it's not that you're not that you're bad with numbers. You're not motivated to be interested in numbers. It's not something that gives you joy, right? But you can do it. You can. So let's go move on. I get a little passionate about this, but I'm seeing things here. So I want to talk to you guys about the things I'm seeing. That's what this is all about. So the last card that I'm pulling here is the last group here is the 10 of Pentacles, the end of a cycle. So if it was that you were worried about money, something is going to change your financial situation for the better, okay? So it's like you can start thinking about this whole thing as a legacy that you're building. This is a new idea or possibly a new account or a new thing that's gonna show up for you, a new project that's gonna come that you're going to apply a lot of creativity towards. It's going to be a lot of fun for you. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to play a lot in it. And again, it's going to foster a lot of that newness that we were talking about. Yep, so that looks really good. So we've got the beginning of a new financial cycle. And then we have the good luck charm. This is to tell us that, yes, this will be successful. It will lead to a sunshiny day, a day of growth and happiness. And that is, you know, like a big thumbs up from the universe. Keep going on the road that you're going. There's a lot of self-discovery here, which I love, okay? So any solutions, I'm actually dipping into my own cards. So if you will, I'll pull 3 solutions for Leos. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pull 3, but you choose the number. You choose the message, because I know that there's 3 deacons in Leos, and this was another request that somebody had, was that they wanted something special for the deacons. And so I'm not going to say which deacon, but you yourself can choose which card will apply to you. So pick a card. Pick a number from 1 to 3. You can pick all of them if you wish. You can pick 2 cards, but it'd probably be nice to just pick 1. So universe, please give me 3 wonderful cards that will give Leos great solutions for the mid-month reading. That would be November 15th through November 30th, 2019. First card is commitment. Okay, whatever you decide, make a commitment to yourself. Move forward in this direction that you've decided, whatever direction it is, whatever path it is. Just make the commitment to it. Any decisions that you make, please treat them with the respect of giving them commitment, okay? That is going to meet you in 2020, and while everybody else is trying to struggle to figure things out, you're going to be like way ahead of everyone, because you've put the commitment into the things that are meaningful to you, things that you love, okay? That's the message for number 1, for the first group. Second group, gratitude. I'm always talking about gratitude, and I love gratitude because gratitude really speaks about it can change your emotion within a flash, okay? Just listing 20 things that you're grateful for, and if you do that consistently for a month, it's going to change how you feel. It's going to change how you feel. It's going to change how you respond to things. I remember it was like a couple of days ago, something happened that could have been so awful. Like something happened with my computer. And instead of getting upset about it, because one thing I know about computers, you can't get all mad at them, because that can make things worse. If you like start hitting all the buttons and getting all, you can really screw things up. So I just took a few breaths, and I was like, okay, we're gonna take a few breaths, and before we get mad at the computer for not working, first we're gonna thank the computer for being so gracious and so awesome to me for as long as it has been. Okay, first I give gratitude, and then I listed off about 20 other things that I was grateful for, and it completely like gave me the ability to just like take a step back for a minute and just appreciate what I had. And also just to be like, okay, well, it'll go. I had a little bit more, what's the word I'm thinking? Trying to come on. I had more patience, okay? It gave me patience. It gave me a sense of confidence that, yeah, it's going to work for me. I just need to chill out for a minute and not act out, not get upset, not lose my energy and change my energy field just because a little thing happened, okay? Gratitude can do that for you. It can really help to unnerve some of that angsty kind of feeling. It's just soothing. It's absolutely wonderfully soothing and can really enhance your mood. Now, that was number 2, and now for the final card, number 3, we have organization. Now these 3 cards couldn't even be more different from each other. Try as much as possible, I know it's not easy, but try as much as possible to tweak your schedule as much as possible. Get your space together. That can really enhance your life a lot, okay? Wow, what a message, okay? Okay, so yeah, so that's it. So guys, thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and thank you for supporting and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so for Leo monthly readings. Be sure to hit the bell icon to be the first to know when the next video gets posted. So many blessings, my awesome Leos. And remember, this channel is for you and for you alone.